Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome. I am Cassandra. This is Trauma Informed Yoga, and today we're going to be using somatic inquiry as we stretch to really get into the physical body as well as the emotional body. You are going to need a block or some sort of towel that you can roll up, a pillow, or a blanket. All right, so we are going to begin here seated. Go ahead and close down your eyes if you feel comfortable. Maybe you need to take a moment with your eyes open to look around your room, noticing cues of safety before you begin. Just allowing your nervous system to rest, seeing that it's safe, and then maybe closing down your eyes or taking your gaze down to the ground with your eyes just a little bit closed. So just resting and relaxing the eyes. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So maybe you want to blow your nose or clear your nasal passages before we begin. So to start, we're just going to notice the breath coming in and out of our nose. And then we are going to determine which nostril is the passive nostril right now and which nostril is the dominant nostril. So you do that just by taking a finger, blocking one side, breathing in and out of the nostril. Notice if it's kind of constricted or if it's super smooth, and then block the other nostril. Breathe in and out. Notice if it's constricted or smooth. So the nostril that you can breathe most smoothly and freely from is your really open and dominant nostril right now. The one that's more closed off is your passive nostril, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to block our dominant nostril, the one that you're breathing smoothly from. Use your finger to just very gently press it, block it, and we're going to breathe in and out of the restricted nostril first. So just breathing in and out of the same nostril, the one that felt more closed to you. So if you're really having trouble breathing, maybe you have a sinus infection or you're sick, you're just going to drop your hands and imagine the air traveling in and out of the nostril we're focusing on, okay? So let's switch sides, closing off the passive nostril, breathing in and out of the dominant nostril. And while you're doing this, just noticing the parts of your body that are touching the earth. Maybe you're seated or lying down. Just grounding into the parts of the body that are touching the earth, allowing your energy to settle. Then go ahead and drop your hand down, breathing in and out of both nostrils. And then we're going to take our right hand. We're going to use our forefinger and our thumb, so the ring finger and the thumb. The pointer and the middle finger typically rest on your third eye. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just kind of curl them. So basically you're using your thumb to block your right nostril, your ring finger to block your left nostril. Pointer and middle finger just rest on the third eye, and pinky just hangs out, okay? So go ahead and use the thumb to block the right nostril. Breathe in through the left. Use the ring finger to block the left nostril. Open up the right nostril. Lift the thumb. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block off the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale left. Block it off. Exhale right. Inhale right. Block it off. Exhale left. Inhaling left. block it off, exhaling right. Just continuing in this pattern, alternating from left to right. And when you're blocking off your nostril, using a very light touch with the fingers, the pointer finger and the middle finger resting very gently on your third eye. Maybe you can focus your energy there at the third eye center, the deep seat of knowing and intuition. Sticking with this breath work, alternating sides, balancing the energy. We're balancing the left and right physical sides of the body, of the brain, and the emotional sides of the body, as well as the energy, the sun and the moon energy. So we're just finding balance. Go ahead and take your last inhale, and then release your hands down to your lap on your exhale. Relaxing the muscles of the forehead, eyebrows, and eyes. Maybe rolling the shoulders up, back, and down a couple of times, opening the heart. Noticing where you're holding some tension. Where do you feel that in your physical body? And what was coming up for you? What thoughts and emotions during that alternate nostril breathing? Without judging those emotions and thoughts, just naming them and letting them sit in the room with you, giving them space to breathe. Maybe you can ask what it is they are trying to tell you. Usually they are not there to harm us. They're there to guide us and help us. So just leaning into what you can learn from those emotions and thoughts. When you feel ready, we are going to come to lie down on our backs and just have your yoga block next to you. Getting nice and comfortable, lying down, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth. And we're going to take our blanket, our towel, or our block to our lower back. So pressing into the heels and just placing that block under your pelvis. You do not want it under the lower back, the small of your back. So just keeping your feet here grounded if you want. You can also send them out long. Just deepen that stretch in the belly, the front of the hips, the groin. Just notice how this feels in the physical body and any thoughts or emotions that are coming up for you right now. And just adjusting the block, but keeping it off of your lower back. We're going to hug our right knee in, so if this feels uncomfortable at all, I really suggest you get rid of the block and put a blanket or a towel under your back. And if you want to, you can send your left leg out long and your right arm out long up above your head, continuing to hug that right knee in. So depending on the shape of your hips, you either are going to pull that knee up towards the belly button, or you're going to pull it out towards the side, so whatever feels good. Make sure you're holding onto the shin or the back of the thigh instead of the knee joint. Let's take some nice long deep breaths here. Ground yourself down, allow the earth to hold you steady. Notice the sound of your breathing. What emotions and thoughts are coming up for you right now? And very simply, we are just going to switch. So go ahead and allow the sole of the right foot to come down to the earth, hugging the left knee into the chest. Again, kind of playing around and finding a position that feels good. Maybe sending the right leg out long and the right arm long above you, readjusting the physical body so you can find stillness. And from this stillness, the first thing we're going to do is ground. Notice the breath. Notice the parts of your body that are touching the earth and being held. Notice the sensations in the physical body. And notice what thoughts and emotions are coming up related right now to anything that's going on. See if you can keep the breath nice and long and smooth. And then on your exhale, go ahead and release that foot down. Maybe shift your block around a little bit. We're going to take the legs up into the air. So this is like legs up the wall minus the wall. Just notice where you want your hands and your arms, pointing and flexing the feet. Notice anything coming up for you here. And just find a moment of stillness. We won't be here too long. Flex or point the feet. And then once you find stillness, notice the thoughts and emotions that are present. Let's give them a space in the room. Let's not shove them away. If they become intense, go ahead and open your eyes. Make the thoughts or the emotions into a picture, a still image or a movie. Place it on the ceiling. Take your eyes around it like a frame. Go up, down, left, right, both directions. Notice the distance between you and that picture. That picture is either something that has happened in the past or that you're thinking could happen in the future. It's not right now in this present moment. Let's ground down, be present, be here now. Take good care of yourself. Take a couple of breaths. If you'd like to, you can hug your knees into your chest. Take your knees nice and wide if that feels good, holding behind the thighs. Maybe even finding some movement here, just shifting the hips left and right. Feeling that yoga block, massaging the area under your pelvis. Maybe drawing circles with the toes. And go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Press into the heels, remove the yoga block. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. So if this is painful, you might want to take your yoga blocks and place them right here by your thighs so that your legs are not open quite as wide. You can also put blankets there or pillows. Go ahead and rest the hands on the belly for just a moment. Allow the feet to slide as far away from you as they'd like. So you can either stay here for several breaths, or if you are looking for A nice stretch for the outside of the glutes and the hips. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back up to the earth, and we're going to cross the right leg over the left leg. And we're going to do Cowface pose lying down, so reclined. Okay, so you cross the right leg over the left thigh, and I'm going to give you a variation here in a second. Lift the legs up, and then you're going to grab the outsides of the feet here, okay? So if you are not able to cross quite that deeply, then what you're going to do is you're just going to cross your shins, and maybe reach to grab the outsides of your feet or your toes. Or if you can't quite reach, just hold onto your thighs, your knees, your shins. So just play with that for a second. If you want to, you can shift your weight left and right, kind of massaging the spine and the back, the kidneys. Feel into your breath. Breathing in, I am aware of my in-breath. And breathing out, I am aware of my out-breath. Let's very simply just change sides here. Find the cross that feels good to you on this side. Both sides of the body are different, so it's going to feel different. Maybe rocking or finding stillness. Staying with the breath, breathing in and out of the nose. All right, when that feels complete, let's go ahead and take our legs up to the sky. Let's take our arms up to the sky, point and flex the feet, draw circles with the fingers and the toes. Then take any final positions before our Shavasana. If you'd like to, you can take Shavasana in constructive position of rest. Soles of the feet down on the earth, heels are wide, toes are in. Knees rest against one another. Hands can rest on the belly. You can take a butterfly again with the soles of the feet touching, knees are open wide. Or you can just go ahead and stretch your legs out long. So if you feel quite tired, just let go of the breath. Allow the muscles and the entire body just to sink down into the earth. Otherwise, if you feel pretty mentally awake and alert, you might want to come back to that alternate nostril breathing. Maybe not using your hands this time, but focusing as you inhale through one side of the nostril and exhale through the other side. Just seeing if you can focus your energies there. Kind of gives the mind something to do so it doesn't wander down the rabbit hole of thoughts. We'll be here for a few minutes. And every time the mind wanders, because it will, come back to the sound of your breath. All right, my sweet friends, I leave you here today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Maybe stay here a bit longer or go ahead and find some movement. come up to seated and allow your energy to settle before you move into the rest of your day. Have a beautiful day or night. Namaste.